And as all of us know that Canada needs immigrants if we have to keep our economy on the faster pace. Of course, we need more and more people to come to this country, but at the same time, we have new challenges. When new people came here, they need jobs, and government needs lots of infrastructure for them. It's always challenging to keep this balance. But Minister of Immigration is with me. He's going to make a very big announcement. He has already made this announcement. And today he's going to talk to us also, Parvasi listeners. He's going to explain to us that how many immigrants will be coming to this country in next 2 to 3 years. What is the target? So it's a very, very big announcement. And I am again reminding all of you that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will also be here in Brampton today. Around 2 o'clock, we are all going to meet him. He is making big announcement regarding child care benefits. But first of all, we are going to talk Minister of Immigration. Minister, welcome to Radio Parvasi and good morning.
Thank you very much for having me once again.
Okay, so it's always challenging bringing more and more immigrants, but at the same time, you need a lot of staff, we need a lot of infrastructure when all those people come here. But how you are going to fulfill this target, and what is the target in next 3 years?
First of all, that's the important point you mentioned right there. This is the first multi-year immigration plan in almost 20 years. It's historic because we usually have had 1-year plans. This is the first 3-year plan in a very long time. And the reason for that is because municipalities, provinces, settlement service providers, employers, everyone has been telling us we need long-term planning in the immigration system. We don't want 1-year plans because they don't serve our interests and they don't really do justice to something like immigration that is so important to our country. Secondly, having a 3-year plan enables all those people I mentioned, the cities, the municipalities, the communities, to plan ahead and put the necessary supports in place, the infrastructure, the pieces that are needed, the funding, and obviously the funding from us as well, to ensure that these newcomers succeed. What I can tell you is this. The case for economic immigration is unchallenged. In 1971, we had more than 6 people who were working for each retiree. By 2012, that number had dropped to 4 working people for each retiree. Mm-hmm. And by 2036, which is less than 20 years away, we will have only 2 people working for each retiree. In order for us to continue, 5 million Canadians are set to retire by then. So, for us to be able to continue to pay for our health care, pay for the pension programs, pay for the other social programs, all the other pieces, maintain our infrastructure, maintain our transit systems, we need immigration. We need to deal with the demographic challenges that we're facing. And, by the way, immigration has been proven time and time again to increase our economic growth, increase our GDP. When I made the announcement yesterday, I made it at a center owned by our host is a gentleman whose mother and father came fleeing persecution as refugees. And guess what they did? They opened businesses in Canada, mm-hmm. hiring Canadians. He has started his own business as a child of immigrants. He opened the place where we were yesterday, the center, the technology center that we were yesterday. He opened it in March with about 12 employees. He has now grown to 150 employees. Oh. He's creating jobs for Canadians, and he's looking even at more faster growth. And he said to me, Minister, the global field strategy has enabled us to get skilled immigrants faster to Canada, to his company, so that he can then create more jobs for Canadians. So the benefits of economic immigration, the benefits of family reunification, which this plan talks about, the fact that this 3-year plan is also ambitious in the sense that it is increasing the number every year, but it's doing it in a very gradual level, in a gradual way, so that municipalities, provinces, communities can adjust to the newcomers that are coming.
Minister, I came to this country in 2000. I was civil engineer back home, but the media was always my passion. So I always tell my listener that I am blessed that I am in this country, which is a land of opportunities. And not only I could start my own business, right now we have more than 20 employees working directly full-time in Parvasi Media Group. We have around 100 people associated with us all over the world and around 20 people in India. So I'm agreed that if you work hard in this country gives you all the opportunities to grow.
Yes, and we've seen how Canada really does well. Of course, better is always possible, but can I tell you something? Canada is a world leader in settlement and integration of newcomers. If you look at our data, the latest census data, 93% of our newcomers are able to obtain English or French language ability very quickly. 85% of our newcomers eventually become Canadian citizens. They're integrated into our communities. They succeed and they create jobs for all Canadians and prosperity for all of us, including you and me. So this plan is the right plan. It is a responsible plan. It is ambitious to meet our targets. It's also a plan that will make us stay competitive globally, because right now there is a race for global talent. And if you don't continue to be welcoming, people will go somewhere else. So we need skilled immigrants to come to, and by the way, it's not just in the big cities. If you look at the increases we're making into the provincial nominee program, this will ensure that the benefits of immigration are felt all across the country. Provinces have been telling us loudly and unanimously, increase the provincial nominee program because they like it. Why? Because it meets their domestic, regional, provincial labor market needs, but also their skills shortages and their demographic shortages, because these skilled immigrants bring their families. And suddenly you have the spouse opening a business or having another job, contributing to Canada, the children going to school and integrating. So, this plan is an excellent plan. The fact that it's multi-year gives us the predictability, but also our partners the predictability. You, as a Canadian, can today know who we will bring in 3 years' time, and the number and the mix. That's the kind of predictability and the stability that the immigration system needs.
Minister, apart from economic category, what are the other categories we will be focusing on?
We are seeing increases in the family class because we have a priority in eliminating backlogs in the family class to make sure that families are reunited. We are also fighting really hard to eliminate backlogs. So higher numbers allows us to eat away at the backlogs. As you know, we've already eliminated the spousal backlog and the children's backlog. When we inherited the office, we had 20,000 spouses and children who were in backlog. We've eliminated that backlog. That means 20,000 families are reunited because of our efforts. We have brought down this processing time for spousal from more than 26 months to less than 12 months. We have cut by 50% the processing time for citizenship from 24 months to 12 months. And we're eliminating that backlog as well. So these higher numbers will actually allow us to assist Canadians in reuniting with their loved ones. And that is a priority that this plan has as well.
Minister, are you fixing some quota for these category? Or do you have some priorities?
Yes, I can go through each one if you like. For example, on the spousal, we are going from, the range is 64,000 to 68,000, and then in the first year, and then in the second year, it goes up to 70,000, and then in the third year, it goes to 74,000. So this allows us to reunite even more families.
Okay. And Mr. Students are coming, of course, they are integrating in the system. So any news related to student category?
Students are not part of this equation because they're temporary.
I know that, but I'm just...
They come and they go back. But some of them, a small number decide to stay, but they have to apply through the express entry system or the provincial nominee program, and those who succeed get to stay, others have to go back.
Okay, Mr.
But we value international students.
Okay, Mr. Keeping in mind these big numbers now, the immediate question comes to my mind is that all is our system outside country, all our posts outside country, are they ready to deal with this big numbers?
The provinces and the municipalities?
No,
yes.
outside, Minister, outside Canada. I mean, different posts, our visa posts. Where?
First of all, any increase in the immigration levels also has a corresponding increase in the funding.
Okay.
So we would not increase the levels if we weren't able to increase the money that is needed for processing, but also for settling these newcomers.
Okay. Any priorities country-wise you have in mind? I mean, Chinese are coming in big numbers.
No,
Indians are coming.
Philippines. It's based on a merit-based system. We don't have a quota system.
Okay.
But certain countries tend to be the biggest contributors to our immigration system. But everyone is welcome to apply, and those who succeed get to come.
Thank you, Minister. I hope this big announcement is a good news for all the immigrants who are looking forward to bring their loved ones to this country. And the challenge always was that how many people Canada can adopt, how many people can come here. But you have really given a good news to all of us. And thank you very much. I have just a couple of questions at the end. I just got a call from one of our listeners. He's saying that, is there any possibility we can increase the time limit for this PR card? When we can get our passport for 10 years, why don't we get PR card for longer term? Any?
I haven't heard that suggestion, but I'm willing to listen to that proposal. I don't know who's proposing that. Please urge them to talk to my office, and I'm happy to look at that proposal and see what we can do.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you once again. And at the end, you want to sum up any of your, whatever you have announced, anything at the end you would like to share with us?
This is a plan that came from Canadians. They told us from coast to coast to coast to increase the numbers, and we listened. But they also told us to do it gradually. We listened. They also told us to have multi-year plans. They didn't like one-year plans because it didn't give them the chance to plan ahead. We listened. So this is the first one-year plan in a very long time. And now you see the positive feedback that we're getting from Canadians who are very happy with the fact that we've introduced an ambitious growth in immigration, but in a way that really contributes to our economy, but also does it in a way that is multi-year, that allows people to plan ahead and do it gradually.
Yeah, Minister, Canada is the most desired country in the world now. Most of the people, they love to immigrate to Canada as compared to other countries. And I'm sure this is a very good news for all of them. By increasing this number, many people more now can make Canada their home. So credit goes to you, to the Liberal government, to Mr. Trudeau, his government. And thank you very much for this announcement, Minister.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Sir. Bye.